about what Real Chicks Rock is all about. We're all about the empowerment of women, and we do it through so many different vehicles and ways. We do it through our community service, our public speaking, and we do it through the media, this platform right here, what you're watching, through the arts. We love this part of it because we get to bring people in here that we could talk to and have a discussion and find out what really makes them tick. So thank you guys for joining us this afternoon. But without further ado, I want to introduce my guest. Hello, guests. They are so excited to be here. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
First of all, hi, Kemi Bennings. Hi.
What is going on?
Everything is good. Everything is good. How are you?
Fantastic. I want to just take one moment
Sure.
to thank you
Oh.
for having us.
Oh.
And thank you for the powerful work that you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Girl, we see you.
Oh, thank you.
And Real
Thank
Chicks
you.
do rock.
Okay, thank you, ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Did
you.
you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
That was like one accord.
Yeah, that was one
Yeah.
accord. Tell me, introduce the people that are with you today.
Oh my goodness. So I am so happy to be joined by the team. This is a core team of many years. I'm talking about 4 flatties. Okay.
Wow.
So right to my immediate right is Christy Ray Robinson, Big Sweet in the Juke joint. And to our right here is also Kimberly Bennings, and that is Slim Goodies in the house. Or I think she said she had something to say about that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, what's the name?
Also known as Slim Goody, Sweet Goody.
Come down to the juke joint.
Juke it up.
Get your juke joint now.
Come on now.
Hey! Watch yourself. Hey, don't hurt yourself. You know, Queen B is over here.
Come on now.
Already lit. So for those that are watching, if y'all don't know, we're here to talk about Soul Sisters Juke Joint today.
Yes.
It's all about that. So, but Kemi, I want to take it back just a little bit. Where are you from? Tell the people where you're from.
I am originally from Augusta, Georgia.
Really?
Yes, home of James Brown, the Masters golf tournament, and my family.
All right.
Okay, Augusta, Georgia, and I've been here in Atlanta since the late 80s, early 90s. Yeah.
So when did you get this creative bug? Because every time I see you, you're doing something creative and you leave a legacy and a residue of your creativeness. So when did you first realize that this was something you wanted to do creatively? When did you get that bug?
That had to be, for all of you old Atlanta heads, Rio Mall.
Oh, I remember that.
Rio.
Or North
Okay.
Avenue.
So I was hosting the poetry reading
Okay.
at Rio Mall at the infamous Patty Cut Cafe.
Yes.
And it was so interesting that I began to see an influx of women.
Okay.
Now at that time in Atlanta, we had a lot of like major hubs. It was very reminiscent of what was happening in the Harlem Renaissance back in the day. All of the different artistic genres combining and merging together. And so just being attentive to all these powerful women as we was hosting this open mic. That could be poetry or song, had a live band. And so I just began jotting some names down, right? And warp speed to probably a year and a half later.
Okay.
I was on the way or waiting for a ride to go to a Sistas gathering to have conversations such like this, right? And I called myself, I'm gonna take me a great power nap, you know, before I go. So I laid down on my couch. The doorbell rang, and I sat straight up, and I said, "So, Sister Juke." So I think that just jotting the different women, or just being aware of that, and it just hadn't crystallized of how the creator wanted to encapsulate that. And so once I got the name, it was just ironic that at that particular brunch, I talked to a young lady by the name of Jordine Dorsey about this concept. And before we could back out, get nervous, or turn around on this idea, we had 3 dates at Apache Cafes where we started, which is the old Yin Yang Cafe for all you old heads, old Atlanta, okay? So, so therein lies really the platform, the need for a platform for women, the desire to have our voices heard.
Yeah. So Soul Sisters has been around for quite some time.
2002.
Wow.
2002.
Wow. And it just continues to evolve.
Continues to evolve. We were invited to the theater in 2009. We first mounted in the theater, and with all those bells and whistles, we were like, oh, this is what we're supposed to be. And what we can do is to create a musical theatrical experience.
Okay.
You know, now we had already, though we were in venues, we still made it very creative, very much so theatrical and creative elements. But when we got to the theater, it's like, okay, I feel like it was a gift that we could all kind of stretch.
Okay.
You know, all of the core women, I mean, these ladies, power horses, do you hear me?
Yeah.
In their respective disciplines. But we've also grown individually. So we get a chance to expand what we do.
Right.
And how we do it individually and bring those things back. And when I tell you an arsenal for rock carpet operating, so it's like we get an opportunity to first step out on faith. Because we don't have necessarily said budget, said this, or said that. What we do have though is that knock at our spiritual door that says it's time for Soul Sisters to join. And we, you know, sometimes fight for 3.5 years for this particular show profile. But you know, once we decide collectively, it's like such a leaning in, and it's a rites of passage. So
talk to me about the one a few years back, 3.5 years ago. Share with everybody that experience, because I was there for that one. That was powerful at the Southwest Arts Center.
Okay, and I'm gonna start that off, and then I'm gonna pass this mic to the ladies so they can talk about
Yeah, absolutely.
So the last Juke joint was Take Me Higher.
Yes.
And it was all about the growth, the stretch, you know. It was like going on this journey, if you will.
Yes.
And I'm gonna pass the mic, let these ladies kind of expound, you know, because they were very much so there and a part of it.
So one of the things, I'm Big Sweet, and one of the
Big
things
Sweet in the Juke joint.
that Big Sweet brings is education, pastor, creative. Okay, that's my mix. And so what we've learned about Soul Sisters Juke Joint, it always aligns with where we are. And at that time, 3 years ago, we had gone to the wonderful stage. We walked in, big-eyed, couldn't believe all those bells and whistles. And the queens that came together all were striving for that same elevation of themselves, their consciousness, their gifting. And so that's what manifested on that stage, to the point that all of us were like, what was that? It was different. It was definitely different. And an appreciation of every single one from when we, you know, from the first ones, when we were bringing our own equipment and driving late at night, and I won't say what van I was using. You know, folks criminate gangster. You know,
Just Soul Sisters Juke joint on the.
That's right. But from those steps to be able to get to that point is where we actually, it was Take Me Higher. And that's always what happens with our shows. It's an experience that comes out of our womb, out of our belly, and then manifests on stage.
I will mirror what Big Sweet has just said and how she described Soul Sisters. It is a transformative experience. And I first got involved, 2013 was my first show. I just met Kemi shortly before that. And she said, hey, I'm doing this thing, be involved. And it was an amazing experience working and dealing with the women, the strength, the power, just the love. It was what I needed in that moment. And it also helped to kind of pave the way and help me see what path I needed to take in some areas in my life too.
So, trying to get me a little Jackie over here. I feel like
That's Kemi. So 3.5 years. Why the delay? Why did you have us? Should we pass it back to the end?
No, she don't miss it.
Why?
She can tell you.
Tell us
well,
why.
actually, it was 2014 was the last Juke joint.
Right.
Okay, Take Me Higher edition. It's just been life. You know, I mean, in a nutshell, it's been life. And sometimes, it's the unknown of life. It's the reclaiming of oneself. It's the joys. It's the journey. It's the hills. It's the valleys. It's the realizations that give thanks for another year. And at the same time, it's like, our parents are aging.
Yes.
We have babies are being born.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That requires a lot more expansion, and especially for us as women. You know, we are super women. We have multiple roles, you know, and at the same time being careful to balance what we give ourselves and that self-care.
Right.
And quite honestly, there are times we can learn from that. We are learning from this experience. I share with each and every artist, every Soul Sisters Juke joint. I talk to everybody all the time as much as possible. Text messaging, various things like that. And I always share that the show is gonna be amazing, okay? It's the journey getting to the show.
Right, come on, Journey.
It's everybody that touches Soul Sisters Juke joint in whatever kind of way,
Right.
be it whatever department.
Yeah.
You know, we have these conversations that pay attention, be aware of what you're experiencing in real life. Utilize Soul Sisters Juke joint, get on its wing, its carpet to help you to grow, to break through, to be born again, you know, out of whatever it is you're dealing with. You know what I mean? So, and for me, you know, just in leadership, man, it feels like I kind of embody it and take it on to a certain degree, and I think we agree to that when we choose to mother an experience, or figuratively or literally.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm always humbled by Soul Sisters Juke joint, and when she shows up, because she is her own entity, you know. And these very women right here, probably about 6 months ago, each were leaving the house. We were working on different projects, right? And each of these ladies left the house and B, it's time for Soul Sisters. And quite honestly, Michelle, I scratched my head because I knew how much I had on my plate.
Right. Right.
And I can imagine what they had on their plate, right? But the fact that these ladies said it's time for Soul Sisters, given everything that they're doing and still continue to expand, I cried a few tears and I said, okay.
Okay.
You know, and leaning into, you know, this concept of rock, harp, and operatic soul. Now, 3.5 years ago, the concept came, but it was originally rock, harp, and soul.
Okay.
Now, I had done research and everything. I put it aside. I went to a spiritual living center service, and there was an African American harpist that was playing. I was like, oh, okay, I get you. I'm still gonna put it behind her. I'm still gonna put that there. But then earlier this year, I had a conversation with an African American opera singer.
Okay.
Her name is Melisha Taylor. And we had just a lively conversation. And it's like we see these roles within the community, artistic roles, but I don't think we see them enough. Okay, so therein lies, okay, we gotta infuse that opera somehow, you know? So therein lies the thing, rock, harp, and operatic soul. You know, rock because that's a level of expression, you know, that we can get our energy out.
Strength.
You know what I mean?
Strength.
Absolutely. So I'm overjoyed. I'm ecstatic. Grandma say sometimes you're second in your boots, but that only means that there are a flock of ancestors around you. And, you know, we're just showing up and doing our due diligence in bringing this forth in a most excellent way that we can.
I know. I want to ask the ladies, why did you feel now is the time to bring it back? Why? With everything going on.
I think the first word that drops in my spirit is transition.
Okay. Yes.
So during this period of time that we were all living life, my mom passed away. And I didn't feel like Big Sweet. I didn't feel like Christy. I didn't feel like anything. And one of the things that this woman does for all of us, as she harnesses us in her whatever it is that she's doing, to impart, get up, get right. It's time to fly. It's time to do this. And so, as transition not only impacted me, but another one of our sisters, Kay Divine, is dealing with the experience of transition. The other element of this show is the tribute to our legendary women. And if you think about the numbers of the women that have transitioned, and knowing our responsibility, that alone, I knew that this was going to be a cathartic experience, that many of us don't really deal with how transition impacts us and how it shows up, whether we overeat or we stop talking or we detach from ourselves. And these women that have left vacancies, creative vacancies, it's just essential. So I knew for my mom and myself, had to be a part of this one.
As much as Soul Sisters is for us personally, it's for the people.
Yeah. Okay.
And when I said to Kemi, it's time to do another one, I was thinking about the people. The people need to see us expressing our highest expressive selves and seeing us that way. You know, the images of Black women, women of color, women in general, just all kinds of stuff. Just all kinds of stuff happening that's out there. And Soul Sisters is just such a regal view. You really see the women and the performers in just such a beautiful light. And the people need to see that.
The experiences that we see, I mean, from my last experience 3.5 years ago, is that we find ourselves in one of the characters throughout the show, and that's where the connection is made. Can we anticipate that same type of connection?
Oh my goodness. You know, I do want to also just piggyback off of something that was said in reference to transition. We also felt that as a community. We felt that as a community when Margaret Carbo transitioned, very much so doing her work. Okay. We felt that when Sheila Turner transitioned, the founder of Sistography. Okay. We felt that most recently with Tanya Crooms. And you know, when it gets so close, you know, it makes you feel like whatever I've been sitting on, I have to take a step. And I have to take a step boldly and courageously. You know, to either, first of all, overcome myself. But give others either the courage or the permission. Other women, you know? And we're not promised tomorrow.
That's right. That's right.
We're not promised tomorrow. So what is it that we're doing today? How can we leave our own individual legacies, but the most power is a collective legacy. And I'm proud to say that Soul Sisters Juke Joint is a movement and it is a legacy. You know, as evident by a couple of nights ago, I was working. Incidentally, it was 12:12 a.m. Okay, and it was on December the 12th.
Come on.
And the Soul Sisters Juke Joint alumni reached out to me via Facebook Messenger. I hadn't talked to her in at least 15 years. She performed Soul Sisters Juke Joint August of 2003. And she said, Soul Sisters Juke Joint is still the most memorable experience in my career. That is why we do Soul Sisters Juke Joint. When women in the past have called to say, you know, we don't care if you don't have no budget, nothing. We gonna take a flight. We heard about this, the sisterhood alone. We want to be around the energy, the conversations. Like so many people. I mean, we probably highlighted and featured or showcased over 250 women in our time. And being able to craft something as we do, it's not just a show. It really is an experience, and we do our best to give the artists a Carnegie Hall experience. To, you know, we've been to the venues, various venues around town, but the theater provides us the capacity to really uplift what these women do, and collectively we push out the energy to the audience, hopefully imparting a seed that will reverberate in their homes, their communities, you know, and at large, and we need that. We need that now.
It's a lot going on as women, and we do have multiple roles. Whether we take it on or not, sometimes that's just where we're at. So the transition piece is important, and you ladies have two different perspectives of what transition was, but Yes, a lot going on for us, and we need it. I think a lot of women are doing the work to be better women. Kim and I talked about this offline. It's a lot of that. So if there's anything that can confirm or reverberate where they're at, that's what they're gonna need.
Sure.
So we can anticipate that in the next edition.
Come on.
The next installment. Come on.
She, why you throwing the mic?
Yeah,
She done threw the mic. You see that?
Yeah.
Let me explain this too. Let's break this down.
Break it down, please.
In the other days, the beginning days, we were in our 40s, some of us. Some of us
Okay.
were in our 30s.
All right.
I'm knocking on 50's door.
Okay.
There's something called, 29 please. There's something called maturity. So one of the things in that journey is the permission to be unapologetically woman.
Yes.
That is the same woman that can kneel and pray, the gates of heaven open,
Right.
to the one that can embrace her intimacy with self, her sexuality, and her power. You're gonna see all that span. And with the amazing women that we have on this particular ticket, the various genres that they are bringing forth, and the ways that we've creatively, can't give anything away,
Right,
creatively have added ourselves to their experience, it's just gonna be phenomenal. So
Yeah.
people need to be aware right now.
Right.
Don't come up in here trying to sit down. This
You
ain't no, we can do Carnegie, I get you. But it's Carnegie with a twist to it. You got to get up. What you give is what you get. You got to stand up and be present. Sing, move. Get that shimmy that you ain't never been able to do publicly. Those are the things that you can expect those experiences. I done earned the right 50, knock, knock, knock. I'm on my way.
Right.
Come on.
Look, I don't know if I can come here.
You got it. Come on now, you got it. They didn't even know.
Listen. This is going to be an immersive, visual, textural, audible,
Yes.
religious, spiritual experience. You need to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, don't be that person
That
looking at your feeds after the fact.
Ooh. I missed it.
Don't miss it.
I missed it.
Don't miss it.
I missed
It's
it.
really, it really is an experience. You have to be there to experience it because there's so many elements. It's such a layered performance.
is.
It's not just people on stage singing.
Right.
It's not just people on stage, standing around. You have got to get yourself there and be a part of this immersive experience.
Without giving anything away, Kemi, how large is the cast for the show?
Wow. I'm gonna tell you,
Pretty big, pretty heavy.
this cast, and for me as a producer, and what Spirit puts on my plate. Last experience that we had with Soul Sisters was a cast of 35.
Okay.
This year's cast is right around 42, 45.
Okay.
So that's 42, 45 different, how you get up out the bed, what's happening during the day, and I think that's what I agree to, to assist in whatever I can to lift up everyone. I mean, from the band, we've been having so many powerful conversations while meeting and while prepping for this show.
Yes.
It's just gonna be amazing.
Okay.
So about 42 in the cast to really elevate not only rock, harp, and operatic soul, but we're paying tribute to the legendary women, the likes of Ntozake Shange, Toni Morrison, Aretha Franklin, Nancy Wilson, Alice Coltrane, Sharon Jones from the Dap Kings, Maya Angelou.
Yes.
And so we have a responsibility, Jesse Norman,
Come on, Jesse.
we have a responsibility, okay? It's an opportunity and a responsibility to lift these ladies up. And the powerful artists, the featured artists, in integrating their original works with other works of music, like amazing. Amazing.
It's gonna be powerful.
It's gonna be powerful.
Yes.
What hat do you like to wear the most? Because you're an artist, you're an entertainer, you're an MC, you mistress of ceremonies, you produce. What's your best hat?
For me, I just really pay attention to the voice.
I got you.
You know, and I'm grateful to be given so many gifts.
Yes.
And oftentimes I've even tried to pigeonhole myself. And later on in life, I just pay attention to the voice. And then they say, you know what, feed the people. And you do, you know, put on your nursing hat and do a spinoff on your health and wellness. Then Care Dog is produced. You know, if it's like, you know, we want you to feed the people, the food for thought through your poetry, then you get a poem, you know. And so if it's, you know, I love production. I love the logistics. I love all the bells and whistles. I love being able to put all the puzzles together. I love inspiring people, you know. And I love just the humility and how I grow. I'm in an incubator right now. Like I'm being molded. I'm having contractions at every turn, receiving blessings and lessons learned. So for me, it's just showing up, however, whenever, whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How can people get tickets? If they didn't get them
You better
already?
get them quick. I'll get you big tickets. So Eventbrite is our ticket source.
Okay.
And you can put Soul Sistas Juke Joint in, it'll pop right up. SOULSISTAS, Juke Joint, JUKE, JOINT. If you're on social media, it's all over Facebook. We, you know, try to kind of utilize one platform the most, you know. It's also on Instagram as well, but you know, you can find it. Soul Sistas Juke Joint. It's, you know, social media. Just tag us. My name is Kemi Bennings. This is Christy Robinson. This is Kimberly Benz. We have a powerful team of people working with us, you know. Shout out to Danielle Pollard. Shout out to Dragonfly Blue Meredith Danielle. You know, that's a part of the auxiliary core team that's marketing Southwest Performing Arts Center. We also want to do a special thank you to National Black Arts Festival and NBAF, National Black Arts, and they are really just committed to the empowerment of, you know, art and artists in the Black diaspora, or Nike or Lyve, you know. So it's like, you know, we are just humbly grateful.
Yes.
And we just do our part, and we lean in the process of whatever's going on.
Y'all are too cute. Y'all are too cute. December 21st.
December 21st.
December 21st.
Be there for the full experience. Look, listen to what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Come on.
Tell them doors open when?
Doors open at 7 p.m. And yeah, don't get So 7 p.m. you want to be there for the Juke Joint Happy Hour.
Yeah.
That is the official kickoff. You want to be there so you can get the full gamut of the experience. And then when we open those doors, you will be fully prepared for this upcoming edition of Soul Sistas Juke Joint Rock, Park, and Operatic Soul, a tribute to legendary women. And be there.
Be there.
Yes.
I was taking today off. I was not going to work today. No. But when I got this call to ask me to be a part of this, I said, I'm going to do it.
Yes, you did.
And so I'm thankful. Thank you for asking
We
me.
are thankful.
No,
Thank
we
you.
are thankful.
Thank
We
you
are
so
thankful.
much for thinking so much of the brand to be a part of it. So this was an honor for me to have you ladies here because I feel the passion. If you ladies and gentlemen don't have your tickets for Soul Sistas Juke Joint, I'm telling you, you better get it.
You better do
And
it.
gentlemen, please dapper up and get your thing
Come
together.
on now, we need you.
And it's gonna be plenty single women. I'm telling you right now, dapper up. We need your presence, brothers, and we need we're committed to intergenerational, multicultural experiences.
Yes.
Come dive deep at the Juke Joint.
Grown, intergenerational.
Grown.
Don't come on with no baby now.
Don't do it. Please don't
This,
do it.
no, not this one.
Don't do it 18. You better be 18. Okay? Come on in the house and
Make that clear.
We're gonna make that clear. Yeah, this is a grown show. I mean, not that it's all risque like that, but you know, we like it for a nice evening out for the grown people.
Yeah.
You know? So
We got a studio audience in here.
oh
They
yes,
say,
it's showing up. I see Maya over there. I see Cindy. I see Melly Mel. Okay, I'm like, yo, I see Shauna Miller in the house.
Come on
Like,
down.
listen.
Fuck.
Come on down to the Juke Joint. also catch us. We just, you know, we're just here. We're just here, just hanging out. I want to thank you again for that powerful conversation that we had in transparency, sister to sister. You know, and being able to allow, it's that type of conversation and that type of awareness. And you say, you know what, Kemi, I said I was shut down for the rest of the year, but this one, something in your spirit said. So that's why we do Soul Sisters. Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. Glad to do it. I'm glad to do it. So this is it. This is my time for Real Chicks Who Rock presents Real Discussions. I want to thank everybody that listened and checked in for today. You guys know where to find me. I am everywhere. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. Please follow us. And then for those that are watching this live, we're going to rerun this again today so that people can get it and understand the diversity and why it's so important that this show is happening. And you need to be a part of this show, okay? Because the ancestors have spoken to these women. Right, nothing happens before it's time. So if you missed the last one, I'm sorry. Please give them please do not miss this one. I will be there with bells on. So thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. That's my time. Until next time, you guys take care. Continue to rock on.
Thank you so much.
Woo!
We appreciate it.
Queens in the house.